Welcome to the King of Series informational video. We're gonna be talking about basically what it is, how it's ran, why we're doing this, but thank you guys so much for joining. How to participate, right? So all the information here, guys, can be seen on the Discord. So how to participate, okay? So participation will be on a first come, first served basis. 16 submissions will be accepted. Best 8 will be put into bracket. Now, I know this is kind of confusing, but basically, we're going to be leaving up to 16 submissions on the Share Light Shows channel on the Discord. So you got to be part of the Discord in order to participate in the King of Series, okay? And basically, how selection process is going to work, all the judges will be scoring all 16 submissions, granted if there are 16 submissions, and the top 8 scores from, basically I'm just going to tally up all the scores from the judges. The best 8 will be put into a bracket. And the reason why we're doing this is because having to judge 16 videos all together, it takes a lot of time. So we might as well just score the best 8 and then put them into a bracket. And, this kind of gives competitors an option. It kind of gives them an option. Do I want to compete in this bracket or not? Here are some of the rules, right? You must use songs from the playlist, including the submission. People have asked me, like, okay, how can I submit already? Submissions aren't open yet. So on March 1st, the playlist will be available on March 1st. This is so everybody has the same head, no one has a head start and everyone's on the equal playing ground. I don't want people to be recording prior to the submissions being opening because that just wouldn't be fair. So yeah, March 1st will be the first bracket. So once you see the playlist, choose wisely. Okay. And again, here you must submit your submission in Share Light Shows. All right. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing it in just the Gloving Academy Discord? Wow, it's super dark, but the reason I'm doing this, guys, is because throughout all of gloving history, all of that history with gloving competitions, they're all lost in GL. Okay, GMOs. GMO competitions, lights on, it's on YouTube. They're all lost within the sea of GL, and having it on Discord solidifies it. So there's like within the whole lore of GA, you get to see, and the history is preserved, and it's much more accessible on GA and on Discord. And this is the reason. That's the reason why I'm doing it, right? Is because I want it to start fresh. We're in this new era, and I want it to start fresh, where GA has its own history. And we've done that already with the drop, but I want to do that even more on the Gloving Academy Discord. Now, submissions must be minimum 2 minutes to 3 minutes in length with a 15-second grace period, meaning, you can go as up to 3:15 or, to a 1:45, 1 minute 45 seconds, because, I completely understand. Sometimes the song may not end in your favor. So if you've got a 15-second grace period to do so, you must title your submissions King of the whatever genre, and then your Glover name, and then submission for submissions. When you are selected to be in the top 8 competitors must title their video King of whatever genre, Glover name, and then top 8, top 4, semifinals, grand finals, okay? And competitors may only participate in one genre at a time. Now, basically what that means is, if you're competing in a, let's say, King of D&B, okay? Then, the next competition rolls around and it's not King of D&B, and it's like, let's say it's like King of Hip Hop, then you can enter the King of Hip Hop if it's not at the same time during King of D&B. So you have options. Again, so you may not reuse a song. We will be keeping track. This includes submission and top whatever 8, top 3. I haven't gone as far as to thinking about the rotating genres yet. There may be rotating songs within the next bracket of the same genre, but well, we'll get there when we'll get there. Okay. Now, judging. Judges are yet to be announced. I have a couple judges. I am still looking for some. I am looking for credible judges, given the judges that I have on board right now are very credible. So if you have judging experience in the past, please reach out to me. I'm going to be looking at, your history in the past, because this is going to be I'm going to be taking this competition very seriously. I'm basically putting a lot of money into this thing over time. So hell yeah, let's get it. Now, you will be judged on your entire skill set with a main focus on capturing the essence of the genre. We're not just going to be focusing mainly on musicality, guys, given it is a musicality competition. Your skill set really matters too, right? You still got to be good. So keep that in mind. Majority vote from judges win. What I love about LGC or the upcoming competitions was that the judges were able to explain their reasoning as to why competitors won or lost. So that is going to be implemented within this competition. Okay. As far as compensation, judges, I cannot compensate the judges, but judges will receive 3 hyper tickets per the bracket. And if you don't know what hyper tickets are basically raffles that you get that I do on the Discord every month. So that is the sucky deal. I do not have enough money to be able to pay the judges, but this is what I can do as far as compensation. So I need judges that are, basically volunteering. And so if you are down to help judge, you're a true MVP, guys. So playlist, again, announced March 1st. Keep your calendars booked, guys. Now, as far as prizes, keep in mind, all of this can be changed at any given moment, okay? Kings will win $50 and future opportunities to defend their title for more money. Basically, I will be awarding Kings $50 after they retain their title or once we crown the first king. $50 every competition. So we're going to go into rotations a little bit later, but yeah, $50. You guys get paid to glove, guys. Isn't that amazing? Kings will receive a king roll on Discord. Now, given, I know a roll, cool, fine and dandy, cool. What does a roll do? Not much, but you get notoriety, and there may be future perks having the king roll. Kings will receive 5+ hyper tickets every month that they're king. So if you're chilling, if your bracket isn't happening within that month, you're receiving 5 hyper tickets. You're just sitting back and you're getting all these perks for just by being a king. I want to reward kings for doing absolutely nothing, but prizes may change for the better. I don't plan on taking any of this away, for the better. Now, winners and finalists of each bracket will qualify to compete in the Grand Kings comp. What does that mean? More information, to be honest. So, whether you're a king or you're a top 8 finalist, you will receive an invitation for this bigger competition that I plan on hosting. Call it Legends Bracket, call it a Grand Invitationals. It's gonna happen, and that's gonna win you more money. So, more perks of being a king. Second place, we gotta reward second place somehow. 2 hyper tickets, let's go. Now, kings may not enter other genres. If you are a king of whatever genre, you're sitting back, you're chilling. Kings are allowed to judge other King of Series genres. I want there to be multiple brackets. I don't, I want to give the kings an opportunity to judge, and then therefore, if you're a judge, you get +3. So you have, you could be getting 8+ hyper tickets. Let's go. But I want there to be a variety of judges and not the same judges through every competition now. In the event of a title defense, if the current king is unable to submit, they will forfeit their title and you will not be able to compete until the next season. Guys, seasons are 6 months. What does this mean? If you plan on entering the King of Series, we are expecting you to be consistent. And if not, then you will be punished. You cannot be entering this competition if you plan on winning and then you just plan on getting dethroned and not submitting. This has happened in the past, which I forgot to mention, which I'll talk about later. This has happened in the past, and so we want you to be consistent. In the event of a title defense, the king must choose from the song selection of the current season. So the playing field is even for the king and the challenger. Going on to seasons. Seasons are approximately 6 months. That is my rough estimation, guys. It may be longer, but we'll be on a 2-genre rotation. What does this mean? Let's say you've got King of Dubstep, first competition, okay? We'll run that competition. The next genre, let's say King of Hip Hop, right? Then that bracket will be happening while the King of Dubstep is chilling for a couple, maybe for a month or two. Then another rotation of King of Dubstep will happen. Then another rotation will happen of King of Hip Hop right after that. Because we want the kings to be able to defend their title. Now, what does this mean? We will be rotating genres 3 times. So kings have, up to $150, maybe more, within a season. $150 per season. Isn't that crazy? This is a lot of money. Like, I wish this could be more, guys, but, if there are any other people who want to sponsor the competition, shout outs to Flosin, because Flosin has donated to the prize pool for the King of Series. And I want to do something special where if you are sponsoring the competition, I don't know, we might name the bracket after you, who knows? Sponsored by Flosin, sponsored by Puppet, King of, melodic dubstep or something like that. I want to make it special. Because, I really appreciate anybody who is willing to put in money into the community. I do not keep any of this money. All the money goes back to the community. And the more money we got, right? The more King of Series we're going to have. And, whatever you want to do with the notoriety, that's all up to you. And so, basically, that is the gist of the King of Series, guys. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of the history because I did mention this isn't a new concept. The King of Series has happened in the past in Hawaii back in 2017. And so in Hawaii, there were kings and, we've done like a total like 5 genres. But I was barely making minimum wage at the time, so I couldn't compensate the kings over time. But now that we're older and we're wiser and we're smarter, we are able to do that, right? And so I do want to open the floor down to anybody who may have any other questions. King role is clout. Basically, king role is clout. You're going to be on the Discord, on the right. People are going to see like, what? That guy's a king? That's freaking awesome. Granted, I am brainstorming more, more perks for the king because, where we are in gloving, we are missing a superstardom era. This isn't back in the day where like, oh, Amazing Lights era, there were a lot of superstars. I'm trying to bring that back. And whatever way that I can, I'm trying to bring that back. King of Gion, like just a Gion playlist, whatever he chooses. Holy shit, I think I started gloving 2017, long time flies. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, I think the last King of Series was in 2017. You can search that up, Blaze. Like, literally go on 808GC, search King of, and you're gonna see it. J merch? Yeah, man. I mean, this is a prototype. I've been working on gloving is art, gloving's therapy, gloving discovery. Quality may not be the greatest, but I mean, if you guys are down, I'm willing to put it out there. If you guys are willing down to support, I could literally put it up at any time, but I gotta make some minor adjustments. But I remember the king of in the 808GC love Tweety's entries. Yes, we had a King of Rock competition that happened in the Hawaii gloving community, and I believe Tweety was the one to DQ. It was the King of Rock, and it was a grand finals match, and Tweety did not submit, and then so it was very lackluster of a grand finals. Again, this is like my more mature version of Fable. That's what I feel like. It's a more mature version of Fable. Instead of like it being storytelling, it's more like about specific genres of music. I know people is like, yo, bring Fable back, bring Fable back, bring Fable back, and you know, it has always killed me. You know, and you know, I've had other competition ideas before in the past, but this was one where I was like, yo, I really want to do this one, and it really aligns with what I'm trying to do with the community, because if we do Fable, right, there's only one winner in Fable, guys. There's only one winner. But with the King of Series, there's going to be multiple winners. So, more kings, more rock stars. Oh yeah, is there going to be a scorecard? So, again, anything can be changed. There will not be a scorecard as of right now. If majority of people want there to be a scorecard, then I've got that down. That could be ready to go any given moment. It's just that I really love what LGC did with the feedback, and I feel like that instant feedback gives people instant feedback. You could improve right on there. Whoever's judging at the time must provide a description of why X person lost or why X person won. Granted, I'm not looking for full paragraphs from judges. I'm looking for something concrete, something simple. But if they want to do full paragraphs and showcase their knowledge, then I am all for it. I am all for it. More rockstars, yes. And I liked how they did it at LGC, yes. And, you know, it is an online competition. Won't be the exact same way as LGC. So, I am going to be taking elements from LGC with the judging and implementing it here. But again, if people want scorecard and they want a more like, you know, binary answer, then I'm for it. It doesn't have to stick to that structure the entire time. Let's say for this first bracket, we'll do like a judging opinion-based voting comp. Then maybe the next rotation, we can do a scorecard, you know, depending on, you know, I am super open to changing it, whatever the majority vote is, whatever people want to feel, you know, whatever they, if they voice their opinions enough, and if it's a popular vote, then yeah, by all means, man, democracy. I mean, who knows how many genres we're going to do. It's just that, you know, one of the problems that I encountered, well, when I was developing this idea, because this idea is a revamped version of the Hawaii one, was that, you know, having too many genres at the same time means I have to put in way more money at the same time. And, you know, that's a lot of time. There would need to be another TO, which I am super open to happening, like having down, maybe in the future, if another TO wants to host more genres and more King of Series, we could literally have theoretically 8 genres happening at the same time, but 8 genres is a lot for one guy to just handle and 6 judges to handle. If we could take the same like competition and multiply that times 2 with one coordinator taking care of all of that, then fuck, I'm all for it. And the money, that money that's involved with another bracket, I'm all for it. I'm down. But right now, you know, money is a limiting factor. Logistics, right? But I am super totally down for another TO to just come in here, say like, hey, I want to host a King of blank and blank, and I'll take care of it, and we're gonna run it. I'm gonna find the judges, and they're so-and-so, given, you know, I need to oversee everything, make sure everything's legit. Totally down. But right now I can handle 2 genres per season, which is 6 months. So you're going to see the same 2 genres within the 6 months. But it's a lot of chances, right? A lot of chances. How long are the playlists going to be? So playlists. It's going to be pretty big. I think playlists for each bracket, not season now, each bracket, well, not bracket, how do I say? Each like rotation, one singular rotation, 20 songs per. So let's say King of Hip Hop comes, 20 songs for that, right? Let's say, you know, a couple months later, King of Hip Hop happens again. Another new 20 songs. But I may put in some songs from the previous rotation, let's call it chapters, into the next rotation if it's not a popular song. Or I might just change it. I don't know. Things can change at any given moment. But, forgot to mention, you know, because this is a genre-based competition, and I know that people can get very, very, how do you say, territorial about whether or not this song belongs to this genre, because let's be real, like, EDM, crazy amounts of genre, right? I am trying my best to have the playlist be, you know, genre checked, fact checked whether or not this song belongs in this category, given maybe it may not be the most perfect thing, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it as accurate as a representation to that genre as possible, because music nowadays, guys, it's so crazy. A song could be all sorts of genres nowadays, right? And so we're gonna be trying our best to fact check the playlist. Is the song list going to be the same across the season? Like, when you go back to a genre, will the song list switch up? Yes, I'm going to try my best to switch the new 20 songs every rotation. But that may change because, guys, trying to find songs and fact check songs, it does take a lot of time. And so I'm going to try my best to keep it rotating every not season, but every chapter. Should keep the song that the king wins within the playlist. That's a great idea. I'm super open to being that idea. Like, if a king wins with that song, then that song may be implemented within the next chapter's playlist. That's a great. I'm gonna take that one, Snaps. Great idea. So I am Cookie and Miss It. When do songs come out and when can we submit? So songs, the genre and songs will come out on March 1st. I may have to halt submissions until like earlier April. The reason why this is a thing is because I'm going to Japan and Korea, and I don't want to start the competition when I'm in Japan and Korea. So I'm thinking, should I put out the song list, then just hold submissions until, let's say, April? Or should I make it so then that submission and the song, that song lists are out, and then just have submissions open and just wait the entire 2 months? Because I feel like, you know, we're gonna have well over 16 submissions. You know, because it is first, I think there's gonna be more than 16 submissions, not gonna lie. I may just release the genre and the playlist and not have submissions open until April. As far as the grand comp, I have not thought that all the way through yet. All I know is whoever's grand finalist or king, they just will be invited to a whole new, I'm gonna call it the big one, because I do want to do a big one, and that might propel people who have never competed in competitions before to want to enter King of, to enter that, because grand finalists will still have a spot. It's basically like Legends bracket. The structure of the competition and, like, you know, the time of when to record and judging period, basically for submissions, because everyone's gonna submit already, we're gonna go through the selection process and pick out a top 8. Top 8 will be announced, okay? So top 8 will have about a week to submit. If top 8 submits faster before the week, judging is immediate. We will immediately judge. The faster the judging, the faster the rounds start. So when judges are done scoring, from that time, you will have a week to record as well. So the faster that we can have rounds and complete them, the faster we could have more King of genres. So it's variable. I don't want there to be like a 1 week submission, 1 week judge, but I'm gonna guess that's what's gonna happen anyway. Because Glovers, man, we take our sweet ass time. Judges, we take our sweet ass time. And so, yeah, that might happen anyways. So, about a week to record and an X amount to judge. So 2 genres, 6 month seasons. Yeah, to simplify it, it's 2 genres on 3 rotations. 2 genres, 3 rotations. Competition happens, bracket. That one, we find a crown, we find a king. Next genre. The next one after this genre, same genre as the first, same genre as the second. Then we're gonna do another one, same genre as the first, same genre as second. Season ends. We're gonna be switching genres after that. I want there to be a sufficient amount of time for the kings to be able to defend their title or find new kings. When we go to a new season, and this is a work in progress. I have to think about this. It's still a work in progress. What do you guys think? When a new season happens, should the king be able to challenge a new genre on a new season? Because this is where the concept kinda falls apart. Because I've concluded that no, the king should not compete because of the potential, because of the Grand Kings comp. Because if there isn't, because let's say there could be one Glover that just dominates the whole thing of one genre, then the next season happens, we can't be having that king dominate that whole thing, then there's not going to be enough for the King's comp genre. Yeah, you got to pick one. I agree. One guy could just dominate and it's just not healthy. It's boring. I want to see more. I want to see more superstars, man. The more names that I can see on there, the more happier that I will be, me personally, and I'm sure it makes things interesting. The king gets an opportunity to be the almighty at the end when I host a bigger comp. Should not be able to participate in a new season until the grand comp. 100%. Even then, so the concept starts to really fall apart when the year ends, if you think about it. Because, or I could just, once the season done, once that season is over with, then, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2 genres will not be in the rotation for the next year, those guys won't be able to participate into the next year. Which blows because, okay, 2 years in and then you won't be able to see the same genre. It kind of sucks. That's where the concept falls apart. They should not be able to participate in a new season until the grand. Yeah, maybe the winner of the grand competition is done. Like how winners for Fable couldn't participate in future Fables. Yes. Yeah. See, that's the healthier route. But it sucks for the Kings because then, me personally, it's like it would be so freaking dope if the Kings could just keep winning money for years to come. And see, that's why I would want there to be another TO running this besides just me. But that means more money, which, there's not a lot of people who want to put in that much money into gloving. And people would, let's say a king, entered in year 1, a king for year 1, I'm sure that, people who enter in the future would want to face off that king somehow. And not allowing that to happen, I think, is a really big problem. So, I don't know. After 2 seasons is done, I might make it so kings are able to enter another genre, because who knows? If you're entering these comps and you're not able to beat the king in a year, then it's you gotta learn your lesson, Kind of hard to keep grinding constantly for more than a year. Agreed. Life happens. Agreed. So it's who knows? If that king, if that king is consistent for more than a year, and if they want to keep competing after the third, on the 3rd season, then, I don't want to take that away from them. Why can't the king hop genres? The king can't hop genres if it's happening within the same the first 2 seasons within the first year, because it there is the possibility of the king claiming too many spots for the king comp. But I may allow it so that after 2 seasons are done, you know, I don't know, I may revamp it. Having it called seasons is kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, terminology is a dick, but like after 2 seasons, when new genres get introduced, I may allow past kings to hop on those genres, because then like they wouldn't be able to compete for a whole year. How many spots do you intend on being in the big comp? 8 or 4? 8. I would like for there to be 8, and you know, if we happen to hit an odd number, I have protocols for that. Like if there's an odd number, there's protocols to having it, so we could just come up with like a top 8 or a top 4 in the end. Because you know, we have to prepare for the worst case scenario. Let's say there's like 7 kings in the end, or like or like not 7 kings, but 7 final, the sum of the 7 of the same king or finalist. In a year, you wouldn't only maintain 4 kings at one time. In a year, there would be at least 4 kings crowned there, you know, but like there would be 8 plus finalists, right? Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, there would be easily 8 plus. So we could easily qualify. You know what would be crazy? If one of the finalists who never ended up being a king wins that king comp. You know what I'm saying? That is a possibility. Because, yeah, I want to reward grand finalists somehow by giving them an opportunity to challenge in the king comp. Because, I mean, who knows? Maybe it was like a super close thing, you know? We all love an underdog story. I do want to have like a grand final show with the judges, watch the submissions, real-time reactions, real-time judging. I'm not going to be doing that for every single round, but who knows? Maybe after every round, I may make content talking about the submissions. I actually, you know, I think that's what I want to do. I want to do a show. I'm gonna do like a post game show. You know, I'll have like maybe like have some guests on. We could talk about our opinions. We could talk about how hype. We could talk about the whole structure, like, you know, the strategy behind things and stuff like that. I think that'll be really fun. I got a couple names. I've talked about something like that before with other people in the past. So having content, it'll be really sick. It'll be really sick if people made content on this competition, because that's what I'm gonna do. Or if people make content for just competitions in general. I just feel like it just adds to the hype. It adds to the culture of gloving. It adds to everything. It adds more, like, you know, people are going to want to enter this thing. People we're never going to see. I freaking hope people from other countries enter this thing. Look at the drop. We had a guy, what was his name? He was from freaking Vietnam, and he won. He was one of the winners on the drop. Who's the winner? Freaking, what was his name? Mentos. That guy. We had Vietnam become a drop king. And so, you know, again, I am open to any new ideas on how to make this competition better or spicy. If there are any changes to the competition, I will make an announcement. Oh yeah, I'm hyped, guys. Well, anyway, guys, I think that about does it